At midnight, July the 20th, I was in so much pain. I rushed to the hospital. When I went to the doctor, the doctor had a nerve to tell me to take off my wig. And I could not trust my own body. I didn't feel safe driving my kids to school, seeing before with cornrows, baby, with a wig on. You hear me? Fine, perfect. 4.5 years ago, I left work at 7:30 a.m. and head to Kroger's to gather groceries for my family. And that's when it all begun. I went to grab further milk. At that moment, everything began to get cloudy. Everything was moving. I felt as if I was moving as well. On top of that, my anxiety started to play. I was scared, afraid, confused, and overwhelmed. I was hoping and praying to make it home to my family. Meanwhile, on this day, it was a line at Kroger. I prayed and I prayed silently. I put my hands on the basket tight. Finally, I was out of checkout. Little did I know, I could barely walk to the car. I started praying again and again. The car was not far from the store, but it felt as if it was like 10 miles away. I was saying to myself, I gotta make it into this car. When I made it into the car, I put my seatbelt on. I started praying again. I called my spouse, letting him know something is wrong. I'm having like blackouts and feeling as if I was spinning, but I didn't know why. It was like I was perfectly fine a couple of hours ago, and now everything just took a whole different toll on me. I was scared driving in the car, so I finally made it home. I left the food in the car and just went straight to bed, thinking that I may need some rest. Maybe I feel better. I maybe need to eat. So later, after 6 hours passed by, I woke up. Nothing changed. It seemed as if it just got worse. But I decided to just go to the ER. And they said the fluid was in my ear. I was like, something is definitely wrong with me. But I didn't even understand what it means to say fluid in my ear. It just sounds so simple, like something that you can get past, but I didn't get past it. Myself, I couldn't even go to work. I couldn't do my normal activity. I was like, it's something so much more going on with me. But when I realized the deep of my diagnosis, I understood. I cried every day. Every day I cried. Every day I prayed. I was not myself. I was depressed. And it just seemed like everybody just couldn't understand how I was feeling. That I wasn't able to move around like I normally do. I couldn't go to the store, grocery shop, move around the house, clean up, take care of my kids. My kids seen this. I was so spooked out seeing me going through this because this wasn't me. And then everything changed. Okay, love, so I just made it home. Made her my piece in the background because they still up when they're supposed to be in bed. But this is the last week before school, so hey, let them have fun. Let them do what they need to do. But anyway, I'm going to clean up my ceiling fan. I'll show you how my ceiling fan look. It has a lot of dust on there, and it brings me back to what I was telling you about my sinuses. I believe I stopped that when I came home from work with the groceries with the kids, and I went to the ER, and they couldn't find anything wrong. I was there for like the next day, and they couldn't find nothing wrong. I had to find a new PCP doctor, and it took me a minute to find a new PCP doctor. When I went to the doctor, he was telling me that I did have fluid in my ear, and it was very dark, and he couldn't see in my inner ear, where it may be fluid in my inner ear that would cause me to feel off balance. So that's where the vertigo came to part. And not only that, I had found out I was a diabetic. I also found out I had high blood pressure. I had a lot of different signs hitting me from left to right, me trying to figure out my health issues at the same time, like sinus infection. Even though I'm vegan, I believe I was a diabetic before I became vegan, and I believe vegan helped a little bit, but I do tend to overeat at times. I will admit to that because I used to eat a whole bowl of like ice cream with the chocolate that like melt on it when it turns cold. I used to love it. You couldn't play no games with me about some chocolate. That brings me to why I am cleaning up my house. Is because after, you know, I constantly went to my doctor, my PCP doctor. He was like, you need to go to a specialist, which is called the Sinus, I think it's ears, throat, and something else doctor. So I went there, and they did a test. I ran a test on me. He looked at my ears as well. He seen the same thing. I had fluid in my ear, and that can make you feel very off balance. It's very serious. Even though it doesn't sound serious, it is very serious. Like, it's just you off balance, and you feel like you spinning, and you never know when it can come. Before I went to see the sinus doctor, I'm telling y'all the truth. Ex, my spouse, my mom, and my kids. Those was the only people that seen it all with me. Nobody else. No friends, nobody in the family. Only those people seen it for their own eyes. So I couldn't even take my kids to school. It was like as if I was having like spells, Disney spells going on all the time. So I wasn't able to take my kids to school, and it was very dangerous to drive my kids to school, and I could not trust my own body. I didn't feel safe driving my kids to school, and my kids had to go to school, but my spouse also worked, and I worked too, and I had to like cut down on working because I couldn't work. So I had stopped working for a while, and I went part-time, and they kept requesting me to come back to work. They didn't care. I couldn't trust myself to take my kids to school. I had to ask my mom, pay my mom, or get her some money to either pick my kids up or take them to school. Nothing was pick them up. I would try my best to take them to school, or my spouse would leave work to take them to school. Like, I was so afraid to drive my vehicle. Literally, I couldn't even go to the bathroom like on my own. Somebody had to like help me go to the bathroom. I couldn't even wash dishes, y'all. I couldn't even clean up. Like, what y'all take advantage of, like, oh, I hate cleaning up. Be grateful that you are able to move around your house to clean up. I couldn't even clean up. I forced myself to get out of that stage. I was crying to my mom. I called her multiple times. Hey, this couldn't be my life. This is not right. This is not real. Forced myself, saying, you cannot live like this. This is not okay. One time, I said, I'm gonna walk around this block. After I kept walking around the house, I'm gonna walk around this block. I had to bring my kids with me. They came with me. Walk with me. I'm like, I don't feel well, but I didn't go too far. I'm like, I don't feel well. My spouse, he drove around, make sure I was safe. He kept an eye on me. Myself to get out of there. I'm like, this is not life. This is not living. Who want to force themselves to clean up? So I got a chair, it's that kitchen, and I washed them dishes. I had both of my legs sitting on the chair, or I had one leg sitting on the chair. Then I forced myself to stand up. I'll try the juice to get myself out of that mode of, no, you're not going to sit here, you're not going to do this. Like, I literally forced myself to get out of that mode. I haven't talked for a long time, y'all, so I'm going to show you this. I'm recording. What's up?
Is my phone in here?
Why was your phone being here?
Because I came in here and I don't know if I left it. I can't find
Hey
it.
Siri.
Oh, no, my phone's in here. I'll record it.
Okay, girl, because I know I've been like all over his story. Just remind myself how far I came. And my ceiling fan. Oh, okay. So I bought this. Couldn't find this, but thank God I found it. But this is like a duster. So I'm going to use this. Try to figure out how to clean this ceiling fan off. My room is junky, y'all. This is the least I can do today. Look. Girl. Oh my God. That was not clean when I left to go to the hospital today. Y'all, my baby cleaned the ceiling fans. He cleaned the ceiling fans off. I mentioned to him that I was going to clean them because they were so dirty. Tell me why baby cleaned it. Baby cleaned it, y'all. I appreciate you. This look like cheap. Yeah, I'm watching Sisters. after 9 o'clock. I've been very busy today. So let's fast forward. I've been to the hospital 3 times, less than 2 weeks. And bad service. Bad service. Hospital, you go there, you would think that they would help you get better or give you the information to help you get better. You think that probably may save people's lives, but it's not always the case. Sometimes you may get someone that really cares and really tries to save people's life. But sometimes, well, most of the time, you can be people that don't give a fuck. Me a birthday gift. Thank you. I forgot to get the name on the package before I trashed it, but I most definitely appreciate the gift. I will be wearing it soon. Thank you. And yes, my birthday is Monday. Today is Saturday, and I'm trying to get the video out for you on Sunday, but there's no guarantee because, baby, I am tired. This video is because I want to show you my healing process after experiencing like a really bad sinus infection or anything that's dealing with sinuses, because I heard I have sinus infection. I also heard I had sinus pressure where it's causing me to have pain in my ear. They didn't give me no antibiotic. They gave me antibiotics, but they didn't take away the pain. And yeah, I'm here looking at you. Okay, my ear still hurts really, really bad, but not as bad as it did at first because I went to the hospital crying. They did not do anything for me. The doctor sat there, took almost 3 hours to even get in the room, and I was the only patient that was back there. When I say bad customer service, bad customer service. I went back to work, and I tried my best to like move around a little bit more, even though it's so scary because I don't want to fall. I'm not going to fall, but I have to like force myself to get better, not just by walking, but actually doing the work of taking the medication that I need for my sinuses, making sure I'm taking my nasal spray, make sure I'm taking the medicine, make sure I'm cleaning, getting the dust out. And also it's dust at my job as well. So literally when I was there Friday, Thursday and Friday, I literally sneezed. Is this sneeze or sneeze? Literally sneezed the entire day. Literally. You would think that I may have COVID. No, I don't think that's a symptom. But anyway, when I went to the doctor, the doctor had a nerve to tell me to take off my wig. Who? What? He was really trying to embarrass me because I reported him. Yeah. He was just trying to like visualize me. Baby, what? But I did it anyway, baby. I did it anyway. And I left it off because I'm not ashamed. Even though I felt awful. Cornrows in my head, baby. I was embarrassed a little. But I didn't care. I'm not the only black woman you've seen before with cornrows, baby, with a wig on. You hear me? Fine. Perfect. Oh, I know I'm going all over the stuff. I'm jumping around because I do that a lot. I cannot stay on task. And I believe I have ADHD. I'm not sure, but I know I have anxiety and depression. It was really hard going back to work. It was hard to try to adjust to my lifestyle that I was living. Days I really feel like I really couldn't even make it to work. I couldn't even drive to work, but I did force myself. And I went to work with a smile and like everything is okay. No one never knew that something was wrong with me, and I hate to pretend like I'm okay, but again, I don't want nobody like having this sad story for me or feel like I'm trying to get like attention, because it's not the case either. It was very hard going back to work, and it still is, because I'm 100% over the sinus infection and I'm sick of it. I got plenty more cleaning to do because there is dust that I can't see. I'm allergic to dust. I'm allergic to dogs. I'm allergic to dust mites. I think I told you all these things before. If you experienced something like this, or if you had like a bad sinus infection or a bad sinus experience, please let me know. I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hi to my new subscribers. I see you. Do not forget to like. Do not forget to subscribe. And I will see you on the next video.
I'm coming my way. Don't leave now.